HDFC Life presents live sessions partnered by ET Now, an initiative to bust myths and change the existing misconceptions in the country around life insurance. I am Kavita Thapliyal, and through this series, we are trying to bring to light the relevance, benefits, importance of life insurance at every stage and phase of life. And for self-starters, this becomes even more important. One of the primary reasons behind setting up one's own business is to secure and control the happiness and future of our families. Now, with this as a major factor, it is important to plan for the future and ensure financial security with life insurance. But how do life insurance benefits business owners and self-employed individuals? And what must one know before investing or buying insurance policies? To help you resolve all of these questions, this Insurance Awareness Day, we partnered with HDFC Life to bridge the gap in your financial stability and to secure your future. In line with that goal, we have some experts from the field joining us here today. So please allow me to welcome Mr. Anupam Kumar, Group EVP, Head Liability and TPP, CSB Bank Ltd, and Mr. Vijay Vaidyanathan, Head Key Alliances, HDFC Life. All right, Anupam and Vijay, welcome to this very special edition where we're talking about various aspects of life insurance. So let's begin with you, Anupam. The Indian life insurance market has seen significant growth in almost one decade. So I want to understand the scenario in context of business owners right now. What's the kind of trend that you would want to highlight or talk about?
The business community is very large community in India. The GDP, all of us know, is growing at a very healthy rate, 7% plus. And there is a huge bunch of businessmen who are contributing to this. If we look at the MSME data in India, we have more than 7 crore MSMEs, people who are running small and mid-sized businesses. So they contribute almost like 40% to the GDP, huge contribution in our export business and all. So it's a big group of people who are there, who are helping us grow our economy. So what's happening in the context of insurance with them is that traditionally, as you know, that earlier days, 20-25 years ago, insurance was primarily done with a view of like tax saving, right? But now, thanks to the efforts undertaken by the industry, thanks to by companies like HDFC Life and other distributors, other insurers, that people have started realizing the importance of investing into insurance, buying insurance policy. Okay, so specifically from the business point of view, business owners' point of view, they have few issues, right? The first and foremost issue is of continuity of their business, right? So if like one man or two man show is there in small businesses, typically there would be a promoter or a partner, a small partnership. If the promoters are not there, then there's a huge risk in running the business. So that's the one issue which insurance, through its innovative product, insurance industry has been able to kind of address and has been able to communicate it to the people that, fine, this is the solution for you. If you're not there, your stakeholders, which includes your customers, your employees, your lenders, even your other stakeholders who are kind of dealing with you, their business, their lives, they have a stake in you, and therefore it's good to protect you as a key stakeholder in the business. So insurance provides that solution through various innovative products. So that's one thing which is there. Second thing is that income levels have been rising, and people have started realizing the importance of insurance as a kind of a one-stop solution for many issues, right? So issues as of like financial planning is there, succession planning I spoke about, then you have retirement planning, all those things which is true for an individual is true for a business also, right? And besides that, the financial goals in the life, like in jobs, especially government jobs, people are used to getting pensions, but business people, they don't have a pension, they don't have a retirement age. So what happens later on when they're not able to work, right? The work life is limited due to own physical capacities also. So how will their financial needs will be taken care of if their earning stops once they retire, or pseudo retirement, let me call it that way. So that realization is there. So insurance plays a very critical role in kind of addressing all these needs.
All right, let's move on. Many self-employed individuals believe that life insurance is partial to people who earn monthly salaries. Now, Vijay, I would like to come to you for that. Can you explain the benefits of life insurance plans, particularly in the context of business owners and self-employed?
In fact, I would go on to say that these self-employed and business owners are probably more in need for insurance than, let's say, a salaried segment people, because when you're in the organized sector, your organized employer would probably provide you with an insurance cover. So I would rather break this into two parts.
And also, sorry to interject, and also in a job scenario, the cash flows are kind of predictable.
Correct.
True.
Yes.
Yeah.
So unpredictable cash flows also, right? So I would break it, the insurance solutions that one should look for into two parts. One is from the business continuity perspective, and the second is from the personal financial planning perspective. So from the business continuity perspective, Anupam mentioned you might have borrowed to expand your business. So that always exposes your business partners as well as your personal family. So loan protection is something that an insurance policy can provide. When you're looking to expand the business, you will have some critical people who suddenly, if something untoward were to happen to those key people, there is a significant financial loss that happens for the business. So key person insurance or key man insurance is something that is very commonly looked forward to in the business planning or business continuity perspective. And similarly, if the nature of your enterprise is, let's say, a partnership, a partnership insurance will help the remaining partners. If one of the partners were to meet an unfortunate event, the remaining partners or the family members of the partner could help, the insurance policy could actually help buy out the partnership share of that business. It can also help in planning for retention of key employees. So you have solutions such as employer-employee policies, where the employer takes policies on the lives of key employees and use it as a retention tool. It is also a very, very efficient tax mechanism, tax saving mechanism, where if you invest wisely in some insurance policies, the company gets to claim some expenditure in the form of business expenditure, and hence is tax efficient. Now on the personal planning front, Anupam spoke about protection. So obviously, since you're not part of an organization which is providing insurance solutions for you, you will probably want to take an insurance plan for yourself. You do not have a retirement age, so you'll have to plan for your own retirement. And a lot of people work till the age of 80, 85 also, if you're a businessman. So a whole life policy, which can get you cover up to a 99 or 100, is something that these people really look forward to. Another very, very important part of personal financial planning is succession or estate planning, which is increasingly we are finding there are a lot of takers for this kind of a solution, where what happens to the next generation, what can I leave behind for the next generation apart from the business. And lastly, it can also be a very effective investment tool. So combine your investments with some amount of protection to plan for medium term to long term goals. Is something that any individual, whether you're in the salaried segment or business or self-employed, will play an important role.
Very well answered. Anupam, could you tell us some of the key metrics business owners should evaluate when selecting a life insurance policy? Are there any benchmarks or industry standards they should be aware of?
That's very, very, very important question while buying an insurance, what all one should look at, right? So first and foremost thing is the risk coverage. One has to look at that. Typically there are various methodologies used. Most important and most common is they create what they call is that human life value. What is the value of my life, right? So that risk coverage from a businessman perspective, there are 2-3 things which gets added into this, because most of the businessmen, as I told earlier, will have some kind of a loan exposure on business. So there is a liability. If the person who is the main earner, if something happens to that person, who's going to settle that liability? So one has to take into account that how much risk coverage one should take, how much of insurance one should buy. Then one has to look at how much is the premium paying period, right? Premium paying period is important, because more you invest, more money you put into insurance for a longer period of time, the better it is in terms of return, in terms of coverage. So one should look at one's own earning capability, one's own future projected cash flows, right? So I mean, typically you would not like to pay any premium post your retirement. So even from a business point of view, one has to kind of make a kind of an assumption of the future cash flows, and accordingly one has to decide that how much is going to be my premium paying term. Then kind of policies, there are multiple options available for different needs. So there is a term plan which one can buy just for a risk protection. There's savings product options. There are options which will give you a product at the maturity. Then there are ULIP plans which kind of gets invested into the market and you get upside of the market. So there is no one solution, and one should look at insurance as a portfolio because they cater to different requirements, different needs, and there are multiple products which are addressing these needs.
Sure.
After that, one has to look at the cash flow. How much money can I invest into insurance? And typically, you will see that people will have an increasing trend of income, right? Businessmen also will have their business increasing. Sure. Their cash flows, their turnover increases, their profit increases most of the times. So now, thankfully, insurance companies offer these kind of options that you start with maybe a lower amount, and every year you can increase your premium also. Very important to look at the claim settlement ratio, the track record of the company. If you're investing into a investment-linked product, what kind of returns they have generated, what kind of customer service they have been giving. One can read customer service reports and reviews. So these are the factors one has to kind of keep in mind before buying an insurance policy.
All right, last question and then we'll move on to our viewer queries. So in India, a large number of business owners and self-employed people reside in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities. Vijay, could you help us understand how do we reach out to them and enhance their awareness, familiarity and acceptance of life insurance? How do we bridge the gap for this segment?
Yeah, so very valid question. In fact, if you look at latest reports, more than 50% of MSMEs come from Tier 2, Tier 3 towns. Most of the startups now, almost as per the latest Forbes report, 49% of startups are coming from Tier 2 and Tier 3 towns. So that is a huge market, not just for us insurance companies, for banks as well, for almost every industry is looking towards the Tier 2, Tier 3 towns. So nothing different for us as well. If you really were to pen a profile of the typical customer from the Tier 2, Tier 3 towns, these are people who are very ambitious, who want to grow, who have the hunger to grow their business. Right. So they keep wanting to invest, not just back in their business, but also make their investments grow. Sure. But at the same time are a little conservative and little risk averse. So they do not want to go all out and aggressive, especially when it comes to their investments. Okay. If they want to take risks, they would rather take risks on their own business, and the remaining, when they are investing, they want to put it in safe avenues. So that's where I think insurance plays a very important role. It helps in two parts. One is it helps conserve the wealth that you have created out of your business. So wealth conservation or wealth preservation is an important tool that insurance can play. And second, it provides many avenues where if you are risk averse, you can actually opt for a very safe investment. So we have guaranteed return products, or we have products which participate in a regular bonus payout kind of a participating product, which are very traditional, very secure kind of investments, which are often preferred by these segments, the Tier 2, Tier 3 towns. We spoke about the kind of products. So apart from the employer-employee or the retirement or the saving or protection products, there is another very important avenue called Married Women's Property Act. So an insurance policy, when taken under the Married Women's Property Act, helps protect the business earned income in the form of a trust. You could call it like a secured trust, just taken under the Act. So it sort of secures the income generated through that policy for the wife and children of the businessman. I was a little worried about tomorrow business getting attached or getting into legal entanglements. This will ensure that there is a nest egg created for the family and the children under the Married Women's Property Act. We are also working on the language barrier. So we are getting and reaching out to the customer in their local language, and by tying up with distributors who can actually get us access to the customer, distributors like CSB Bank who have access to these markets. And constant innovation in products is something that we take a lot of pride in, and we continuously work in. And apart from that, of course, participating in the regulator's vision of insurance for all by 2047. So all of us, not just HDFC Life, but the entire industry is working towards that. And I think it's a very important aspect of getting insurance to everybody.
All right, brilliant. So let's move on to our second part of this discussion, and it's basically our question and answer session. So we spoke to several people across India to understand their concerns and questions around life insurance, and have shortlisted a few to get them answered here from our panel. So let's have the audience questions now.
Hi, my name is Ritesh Kumar. I'm from Haldwani, Uttarakhand. I have started my business a few years ago. Recently, I have changed in my business model as the market is upgrading. So, I have already taken the life insurance policy. I just want to know, do I need to upgrade as the market is upgrading and the life is also upgrading?
For this question, let me come to you, Vijay.
Firstly, I want to congratulate you that you're even considering the fact that you need to reconsider your insurance plans. Yes, definitely insurance is something which is an evolving process. As your life stage changes, you should consider re-evaluating where you stand as far as your insurance plans are concerned. You did mention that you have a life insurance plan. I'm not really sure which nature of plan you have and what kind of cover you have. So I would recommend that you, of course, approach your local trusted banker or your local trusted agent to actually evaluate what stage of your planning you are in. And always ensure that you supplement the plans that you already have. So for example, if you have taken a protection, probably the income earning capacity has gone up and you will need slightly more protection. So you can enhance your life cover by adding an additional policy of protection. Likewise, if your life stage has changed, let us say you want to start planning for your child's education, you could start doing that. And I spoke, since you're in the business stream, your business might have expanded. Anupam gave that example of somebody wanting to expand business and take more protection for, let's say, the borrowing that you have taken for the expansion of your business. Maybe you can consider employer-employee schemes for retention of some of your key employees. So definitely keep a milestone and keep reviewing your insurance plans every once in a while. Maybe a milestone of every 3 years or 5 years is a good benchmark to set for yourself.
Hi, I'm Sumitra from Durgapur in West Bengal. Recently, I opened a beauty parlor in my hometown. As a woman and as a small business owner, I need guidance in my financial planning.
Anupam, can you answer this question?
So congratulations that you've started your business. Insurance will definitely play a very important role in kind of helping you in taking care of many things. In case of any eventuality happening, both two things get impacted. One, business gets impacted. Other thing is that the family support gets impacted, and that's where the insurance would help you. You should cover your income capability, what is the future earning potential, as well as the kind of loan you would have taken or you will take in future. So insurance will help you with that. So be it a large business or you're just starting a small business, in each one of these cases, my suggestion would be that, as Vijay suggested earlier, that talk to a trusted advisor, could be your neighborhood insurance agent or your banker, or do some kind of a research. These days, plenty of information is available online, and then look out for different multiple options in insurance and start one by one investing into that. That will be really great for your business.
Hi, I'm Krishna. I'm a small business owner from Delhi. My business has recently grown and I want to expand my team. I recently heard of employer-employee insurance, but I don't know how to go about it. Can you tell me about it?
So at the outset, a great thought that you're considering an employer-employee policy. It's a great tool which gives you an opportunity or a vehicle to retain key talent in the organization, also provide financial security to their loved ones, and it's a very effective way of meeting your statutory obligations as well. So as far as the process is concerned, it's fairly simple. There is a simple board resolution that needs to be formed, passed, where you list out who are the employees who you want to identify as key employees, to whom you want to provide this employer-employee, identify what kind of sum assured you want to provide for them. There is a certain lock-in period that you typically define, saying that once you have served these many years with the organization, then you're entitled to the benefits of the vested policy after the end of the lock-in period. That the organization can take its call. It can be 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, whatever you deem fit. And then start off with your investments. And again, it can be structured in various ways. It can be a simple savings vehicle. It can be a savings plus health. You can also add a certain retirement or a pension flavor to it, so that when these people serve the entire period up to retirement with the organization, there is a certain retirement payout also that starts coming out of this employer-employee policy.
And Vijay, if I may add on this, it's also as an employer, I would say that it's a duty.
Yeah.
It's a duty on the humanitarian ground also.
Yeah,
we all have seen what has happened in COVID. Right? Yeah. So to initiate your employees to protection, to insurance, right? It's not only a retention and HR tool for retention of employees and the wonderful points that you made, but also as a duty towards our employees that we insure them, we introduce them to insurance so that their families also feel protected.
Very important.
Absolutely, very true.
Thank you so much. I think that's a wrap for the show today. Thank you so much for being a part of this.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And to our viewers, I hope the discussion today helped you clear up some of the concerns plaguing your journey with life insurance. So speak to professionals and figure out the best life insurance solution for you and your business today. And join us as we bridge the gap between you and your secure future. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.